Go, go, go.
That looks pretty cool. Looks like some crazy production quality.
So around 1 year ago, I got the opportunity to shoot with the HOKA running team through my friend Harry, who is one of their sponsored runners. And as compensation for taking their photos, they gave me a pair of shoes, the HOKA Pro Fly all white shoes. But I've been sitting on them for a while now because I wanted to make some sort of poster or like photo advertisement for them. So I haven't used them yet, they're brand new. So we're gonna try and create some sort of ad and then send it over to HOKA and see what happens. Because the shoes are called Pro Fly, I thought it'd be really cool to have a photo of the shoes floating or levitating or like flying through the air. So I'm gonna try to create that image in my bedroom. So my first idea was to clear up the background and use this big chest as the bottom of the image with a black sheet of paper on the chest and a black sheet of paper on the wall behind it. I set up an aperture 300D, which I will use just to brighten up the shoe a tiny bit. It will still be predominantly backlit, but I do want the shoe to stand out from the background. I also closed my curtains to block out as much light as possible from the outside. And then I tied a piece of fishing wire through the laces of the shoe and attached it to the ceiling with duct tape. Cool, it's looking good. But I wanted those shoelaces to stand up. If it was floating, it would look like this, where the shoelaces are up, rather than like this. Okay, so I figured out a way to get the laces to stay up. You kind of just like slide the fishing wire into the laces. It creates like a small hole, but if you have it on this side, you're not going to see the hole, and it's going to be super easy to edit out the fishing wire, just because it only pops out the very end. I think this will work. It's cool. And then lastly, I placed a lamp behind the shoe, which is the main light I was using to backlight the shoe. After this was all set up, I realized there were three main problems with this whole idea. Firstly, the light reflecting on the bottom piece of paper does not look very good. But then I realized we don't actually need something on the bottom to make the bottom look black. You just like won't see anything because the shoe's gonna be floating anyways. So we got rid of the chest entirely. The next problem is that the paper in the background doesn't look very good either. You can see the edges of the paper and parts of the white wall on the corners where the paper doesn't reach. So luckily I had a black blanket lying around and I just draped it over my air conditioner and it worked a lot better as a backdrop. The folds in the blanket aren't going to be too noticeable in the final image just because I'm going to be shooting on like f1.8, so you're not going to be able to see the fold because everything's going to be out of focus in the background anyways. It's just going to look black. So then I brought the fog machine in, which adds that really cool smoky dramatic effect, but this then highlighted the third problem, which was the lamp was not strong enough or orange enough to make it look dramatic. So I swapped it out with an RGB light and I just set the mode to orange. And this was just a lot bigger surface area on the light. There's a lot stronger of a light and the orange color just makes it look so much cooler as well. This was looking super cool, so I gave Nico a shout to try and help out with the positioning of the shoe because it just wasn't staying in the right position that I wanted it to. And we took a couple good photos.
Can you move the back lace a little bit that way?
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I started editing the photos and all I had to do was get rid of the fishing wire in Photoshop and then add some presets and change the colors a bit in Lightroom. And these are some of the photos I came up with. This one is the main photo that I like the best, so I added in the HOKA logo on the bottom just to try and make it look more like a poster or like photo ad that they would actually post. And then I sent it off to them to see what would happen. So I'll let you know if they reply, get back to me if anything happens from these photos. No expectations going into this, but if anything does happen, that'll be really cool. That's all from me this week. I'd love to know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.